Well, hello, hello. How are you, everybody? My beautiful, beautiful, beautiful souls. I hope everybody's doing great and wonderful. We're going to be doing a review today of a very, very classic fragrance. The one that we're going to be doing today is this guy right here, and this is Sweet Honesty by Avon. This is from their classic collection, meaning for those of you that don't know about Avon, which I'm pretty sure almost everybody in the world knows about Avon, is one of their first classics that came out initially and that they're still around and that you can still find. These are part of the classics collection. These are the ones that have stood the test of time and they're still around for you to purchase. So we're going to be doing this very, very fun review for me. So if you want to put me on pause and get yourself a drink, get yourself a beverage of choice, a snack, and go to your comfy chair or your comfy bed, your comfy spot, and then go ahead and tune back in because we're going to get started on this one. Well, everybody, I am your host, Ali, and I welcome you to my humble channel. I do affordable fragrance reviews, and I wanted to spend a little bit of time doing this Sweet Honesty by Avon. This is a particular fragrance. It's actually it's a eau de cologne, and I have a video coming out for the unboxing of this one. I actually bought a couple more of the classic collection, so stay tuned to see which ones depending which one I will be uploading first. Sometimes my videos might not be quite in order, but there is a video coming up or out there for the unboxing of this one and some other Avon products, other Avon fragrances. Sweet Honesty. Sweet Honesty, this is a very dating back to 1973. This fragrance here is an eau de cologne, and it's been for quite some time. Come on, 1973, the 70s. For some of us, maybe we weren't even born yet, but for those that are watching that were young adults or teenagers or babies or even maybe already parents, this fragrance, I'm pretty sure you've heard of this Sweet Honesty. And this one is kind of a cute fragrance to me because this is kind of like the fragrance, if you were in the Avon community, a lot of young women, this was the rite to passage fragrance. And till this day, this fragrance is very loved. It's a cold classic, and it's not for everybody, but basically what this fragrance is, Sweet Honesty by Avon. It's a powdery, soapy fragrance. So some people might think that this is outdated or not very modern. In some ways, I do agree with that it's not very modern, because in the sense, if you consider powdery scents outdated, then this would fall under that category. And considering that this has been around for 1973 and it's been so affordable, it's been a great gift for people and a good starter fragrance for young women. Like I said, for maybe their first fragrance, this for a lot of young women, this was their very first fragrance when they were coming from childhood into adulthood. And this was a fragrance that holds a lot of sentimental value, a lot of nostalgic feelings for many. I do remember Sweet Honesty. This was not a favorite of the ladies in my household because they were more mature and they wanted more of sensual scents and more of alluring scents. Nobody really gravitated towards this Sweet Honesty. My first fragrance ever gifted to me was two Avon fragrances, Candid and I think it was Sweet Honesty. Oh, good. Gosh. So anyways, yes, it was Sweet Honesty. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. So this was actually one of my first fragrances as well. And I want to say that it's you know, there has been women, there are women now that are grandmothers, that are great grandmothers, that this is still their fragrance that they wear. So that's why some people consider this to be a outdated fragrance, because they associate it with their grandma or their mom or somebody that's older. But I mean, I agree in that sense that it's a classic, and if you consider that vintage or outdated, then yeah. But I also disagree in the way that I think that this is a very classic, timeless kind of a scent. And I'll get into the fragrance with you guys. I just wanted to give a little bit of love to this little fragrance right here, Sweet Honesty. So this is, according to Fragrantica, it's got floral, musky, honey, rose, green, powdery, sweet, fresh, white, floral, fresh, and spicy notes, accords. Now, on Fragrantica, they have listed at the top notes lily of the valley, aldehydes, Sicilian lemon, hyacinth, rose, musk, honey, and cedar. Now, I also went on Perfume. Perfume has different notes, so I'm kind of confused by that. So Perfume says that this has aldehydes, it has citrus and citrus notes, middle notes of geranium, honey, lily of the valley, rose, and at the base there's musk, benzoin, sandalwood, and vanilla. So let's go ahead and talk about the scent profile and my take on this. Sweet Honesty. This is initially when you spray it, it comes out a little sharp on the paper. On the skin is a little bit different. It's always great. It's always my recommendation to test these fragrances on your skin rather than on paper. But when you don't want to smell like that fragrance, then, you know, a paper swab is the first safe way to test a fragrance. Then if you don't find it too bad, then you can apply it on your skin. But to get the real effect, you want to put it on your skin to see what it is going to do. Initial spray, we do get a little bit of kind of like a sharp, almost harsh, but not quite. I don't want to say such harsh words, but a little bit of sharp kind of laundry, soapy scent. But then that goes away, like almost immediately after like 10 seconds or so. So this is straight up, you guys, a soap scent. There, I said it. Video over. No, not really. There's much more to it. Some people say that they think that this smells like baby powder, but and I can totally see why. There is a very, very prominent powdery note to this, but this is a little bit more than just powdery scent like a baby powder. This is more aldehyde. It's got more aldehyde. It has honey, so it gives it that dash of sweetness that you don't know where the sweetness is coming from. And all the florals are blended so well together that not just one single floral note shines or stands out a lot. This one here, to me, and it is definitely musky as well. It is a very musky, clean, soapy fragrance. So, you know, it's safe to say that it's a powdery aldehyde with musk and very, very light nuances of florals that are very hard to detect. And, you know, there's a great quality to this fragrance, in my opinion, more than just baby powder, because you know, it sits very close to the skin, so it's very inoffensive, and it's very fresh. It's an all year round fragrance, in my opinion. It can be a signature scent. It could be a first fragrance for a very young lady. If you have a daughter, if you have a friend, if you have a niece or a neighbor, or somebody very, very young that you might think is very close to going into womanhood, this would be a very, very lovely fragrance to gift. You know, it's kind of controversial speaking about perfume, and if a young lady or if a child should be wearing fragrances, and that all depends on your opinion and your values and everything that, how you were raised. But, just consider some fragrances were created for alluring men or the opposite sex, or alluring in a sexual attraction kind of way. Some of them were created for calm and reflection. Some of them were created for just feeling fresh and clean. But initially, the history about fragrances, they were created for adults to smell nice and to attract sexual partners. So keeping that in mind, that's why I'm saying the rite to passage kind of, it all depends. I mean, it's everybody's welcome to get their child whatever they want and at the age that they want. I was raised in a very, very strict household where I was not allowed to do my nails or wear any makeup or wear anything until I was of age, to, until I was a young lady. So it's sweet honesty is something very safe to buy for a young woman. So, this has been compared to Love's Baby Soft by Dana and Lover's Baby Harajuku by Gwen Stefani and some other fragrances. So I'm going to go ahead and spray it on the skin. What also makes it very beautiful and nice is that it's amazing value. You can't beat the Avon Classic Collection fragrance perfume prices. You can get this little baby for as low as $7.99 and as high as $12.99. I've never seen it anything higher than $13, honestly. And especially Mother's Day and Christmas. I believe Valentine's, these come out on sale. Check out the website to see what the prices are currently. They kind of stay in around that price range. I'll give you what this fragrance, Sweet Honesty, in a nutshell. Sweet Honesty, you guys, is a clean, fresh fragrance for an everyday wear, winter, summer, autumn, fall, like whenever. This is a very versatile fragrance. So, Sweet Honesty. This is what I have to say about this one. There's only a couple of gripes, which is the longevity. The longevity is only about 4 hours. For some people, maybe 3. If you're very, very lucky and you layer it with the lotion and the body wash, and you spray this very, very generously on your body, you might even get 5 hours to 6 hours. But it sits, what I do like about it is it sits very, very close to the skin, and the other gripe would be maybe the starting is a little bit sharper, then it tones down very nicely to a very soapy, clean, powdery scent. So imagine this. If this helps picture the sense of this essence, imagine spraying Chanel number 22, and having a very long day, very, very long day. So you've been wearing Chanel number 22 for 10, 12, 14 hours, and you're ready to take a bath or a shower. You jump in the shower and you use a Dove bar and you scrub your body, and then you get out of the shower and you use baby powder or some sort of powdery talcum powder on your skin. That is what the effect for this, and that is my best description for this Sweet Honesty. To me, if I had to say, if they were to say, Ali, can you just tell me what, like, one thing it smells like? What is the closest? And to me, there is nothing closer to the scent of the Dove bar, the original scented Dove bar. that is what this smells like. That's what this smells like. It smells like the Dove bar. So if you, I love Dove bar soap. If you love that, you would absolutely be thrilled to have this in your collection. Now, if you have this fragrance in your collection, let me know what you think about Sweet Honesty. It is, I like it. And it's refreshing. It's something kind of nice and pretty. It's innocent and sweet. It's the name I just couldn't agree more with Avon or the creators. This fragrance has the perfect name for it. Perfect name. So that's what I have for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. A big kiss and a big hug. And remember, I love you very much. You are important. You do matter. Remember to tell yourself these things, my beautiful, beautiful soul, because, you know, sometimes we neglect ourselves and we neglect doing things for ourselves. And sometimes we are too busy with work or worrying about other things and taking care of other family members. Well, remember that you matter and you need to be good here first. So I want to say that I enjoy so much of our time together, and thank you so much for tuning in and all your lovely comments and all your love and support. It just makes my day brighter, and I love you very much, and thank you so very much, everybody. Bye. Until next time, I'll catch you on another fragrance review. Bye.